All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, the honors, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings to the elect, pushing the word across the four corners of earth, risking your life to do so. And I'm in transit, but I was just thinking over something because these guys are saying that the mark of the beast is sin, which we've been over 100 times. We've been over 1,000,000 times because it's thousands of brothers who've done, thousands of lessons, and the scriptures don't say that. Right now, will the beast cause you to sin? Right, will being in Babylon cause you to fall? If you're drunk off this wine of fornication, then yes, it will. But the actual mark is something that's going to stop you from buying and from selling, and it's something we're seeing being implemented worldwide. I mean, if you can't get it, I don't. It's just not a lot we could do for you. All right, and what I suspect will happen is a lot of Israelites are going to have to actually see it, actually have to go through this, where they're going to have to actually watch them implement this and make it mandatory, and then say, wow, these guys were right, and IUIC was wrong. But such is how it is with a lot of men. A lot of men are stubborn, and it takes them to fall on their ass, really fall hard too, really bump their head. All right, what he say? What was it said to Paul? It is hard for you to kick against the pricks, and the words of the wise are as golds. Matter of fact, let me get that. I wasn't even gonna go to that, but that's what you do with a cow or with an ox. He's stubborn. He doesn't want to walk. He don't want to plow. You gotta poke him, right? In the modern day, they got a cattle prod. Back in the ancient world, there was no cattle prods. You had a goad, it was a little stick with a little point at the end of it, little blade at the end of it. And you kind of just poke him, boop boop, go that way. Not too hard, but hard enough for him to understand. We're going this way. Yeah, because those animals, they can be stupid. Right? On the horse, certain horses, you got to put blinders on, so he only look one way. Otherwise, he gonna look around. I've ridden horses before. He gonna walk over to the damn trees, gonna start eating and shit, get distracted. You like, man, I need this motherfucker to walk. What did the scriptures say? We don't need a bit and a bridle. We're not supposed to be in an animal-like state. They said, what? I was a beast before thee. That wasn't a good thing. I was as a beast before. Matter of fact, let's get this first. All right, Ecclesiastes 12:10. It said, the preacher sought to find out acceptable words, and that which was written was upright, even words of truth. All right, these things written are upright words of truth, and we try to find the acceptable words. We try to find all of these different examples to show. But at the end of the day, some things are just plain and straightforward. This is what this is. And if you take this, you're going to be destroyed. And I'm just doing this lesson as a warning for anybody who may be on the fence, who's still looking, well, I heard you guys, maybe you need that final kick in the ass. Here you go. All right. And also, too, to recover things, so there's no excuses for all you bullshit artists out there who are going to take the C-hip. Yeah, there's no wiggle room with this. There's no, well, I thought that it could have been, well, they were kind of saying, and I was kind of, no. It's been told to you 1,000,000 times already. We've searched the scriptures to find the acceptable words. We went over other scriptures which cover that, you destroy a man's livelihood, you're the same as a bloodshedder. All right, Esau's the bloody man. They don't care. They'll destroy your job. They're doing it now. Right? They'll take you out of the workforce. They'll stop you from, first they'll make you to be a slave, and then they'll fuck up your labor. Right? Just like Pharaoh. It said he basically made it harder for him. I think they took the straw out of the bricks or something like that. All right, just to make your labors harder. And that's what Esau will do. Listen, everything now is going to be digital. Which, what was it called? They took away the gold standard before, and that's what has their country fucked up as it is now. Right, taking away the gold standard, that's when they say everything started to go up. And it's a bunch of charts on it. You can look that up. But just look up what happened when they took away the gold standard. I'm in transit right now. Also, ever since they took the gold standard away, wages have stagnated. That's another bullshit part of this kingdom. They were able to let wages stay the same. Meanwhile, the currency depreciated. All right, verse 11. The words of the wise are as golds, and as nails fashioned by the master of assemblies. And when you look up that nails fashioned as a master of assemblies, that was it was a plank with some nails on it. And basically, if the sheep started to lag behind, you just kind of scratched them a little bit. You kind of scratched them with that a little bit, and they knew not to lag behind. Right? That's what we're trying to do, but shit, Jake don't want to take heed. They want to keep making up breakdowns. Talk about that man on the white horse with power, representing pure power, is the Catholic Church. Right? They want to say he had many crowns on his head. That represents the hat that the Pope wears. No, the hat that the Pope wears is the fucking fish hat. I forget what the name of that false god is, but basically, that's one of those heathen customs incorporated by the Catholic Church. That has nothing to do with crown, the scriptures, because maybe it is called a crown. A lot of those church hats are called crowns, but that has nothing to do with Revelation 6:2. All right, it says, as nails fastened by the masters of assemblies, which are given from one shepherd. Right, that one shepherd, Yahweh Shai. And ultimately, when you go into Revelation, all these things were given to John, it says, by an angel passed on from Yahweh Shai. Matter of fact, Yahweh Shai has to be dealing with you for you to understand Revelation or receive it. Revelation 1:1, the revelation of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, which the Most High gave unto him, to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass, and he sent and signified by his angel unto his servant John. So you have to be able to use that to solve the mystery, right? To solve this riddle. Right, because in Revelation 13, it tells you who the beast is. And I saw the sand of the sea. I saw a beast rise out of the sea, having 7 heads, 10 horns. I mean, we went over this 100 times. Who is this beast? Who is this modern day beast that started with 7 heads, 10 horns? NATO and the EU, the modern day version. The scriptures actually expound upon it too. Revelation 17:7. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee of the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carried her, which hath the 7 heads and the 10 horns. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition, destruction. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is. If your name is not written in the book of life, you're going to be destroyed by either thermonuclear destruction or some other means. And here's the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. So it's 7 governments, right? A mountain is a government. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and then it even gives the understanding of it. Right? 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. Right? We always go into this. 5 are fallen, and 1 is. Right? The Spanish, the Greeks, the French. Right? Back then, there was different names for them. Germania Major, Germania Minor. Right? Which those were split up. Germania Major, I believe, was split up. What was this? Yeah. Germania Superior, Germania Inferior. It was broken up. It said the other is not yet come. Right? Britain. It must continue a short space. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goes into perdition. Right? And then out of Great Britain came America. Right? Which is the woman that's riding on the top. And the 10 horns are 10 kings which have received no kingdom as of yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. So you have these other small nations. All right, it goes into Spain and Portugal. It goes into a bunch of them. All right, great nations, and then inner nations, smaller nations. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. All these small nations, they basically work with EU. They're under, EU, EU power. Right? NATO and the EU govern them. But the seven heads, they basically have all of the military, political, and financial power. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords. So these are those nations that are going to fight against Yahushua and King of kings, and they that are with him are called chosen and faithful. Right? And it sits there and it expounds upon it. He says unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the horse sitteth, right? Saw a horse sitting on many waters, or peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. Right? You look at this place and shit, even Europe now, but America was the model first, because Europe wasn't doing it like that, to multiply all of these different nations, all these different weirdos and people who couldn't make it or want to strike a deal. They could come over here to America, and then they could try to, strike it rich. They could jump in the game. And it really is that simple. And then eventually, all these nations are going to turn against the whore, turn against the beast. So the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. And basically, they're going to turn against America. And we're starting to see why. Because of the fucked up ass policies, because of their continual support for the state of where the little hats are. For the Most High hath put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom, so their kingdoms, unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, Babylon, that's going to fall in 1 hour which reigneth over the kings of the earth. So it's that simple. It's that great city which reigns over the kings of the earth. Right? America has the chief GDP. America is the what does it say? One that's stout. America has the top military. Of course, it's all going down the drain, but for now, America's still richer than a hoe. It is the hoe. It's falling though. Right? This is what happens when you worship the beast and receive that mark. Verse 9, Revelation 14:9. The third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead. So you worship this place and the image, which the image goes into Rome. Right? This place is the reincarnation of Rome, the revitalization of the Roman Empire. And receive the mark in your forehead or in your hand or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High. So you're going to be destroyed, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb. All right, we've all sinned. The scriptures say that. If iniquity was marked, nobody would stand. That's why the elect is going to be found faithful and true, because they repented. Right? Like it says, they're going to be found virgins. Right? They're not going to be marked with spiritual adultery. They're going to be found white. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. There you go. And I'm going to leave it right there. Just for anybody out there who might be researching the topic or confused over certain things. And there are a lot more breakdowns, but that's the gist of it. That's the gist of it, going off of what the scriptures say. Lord willing, is edifying. Shalom. Oh, real quick. The clue, too, because it just explained who the beast is. You know that word for beast. Almost forgot that. Because brothers were doing videos on the wild man and who the wild man was coming to Europe. Right? It says the word for beast, therion, an animal, a wild animal, metaphorically, a brutal, bestial man, savage, ferocious. All right, a savage man. So, there you go. Shalom.